How is it May? How is it May? How is it May? Well, hello there, people that have not joined. But for the people who watch the stream later, this is what I like to call the struggle time, because it's AP testing time, and I have to take my AP exam in 2 days. I have barely studied, and my way of studying is listening to Hamilton. How fucked am I on a scale of 1 to 10? Very fucked. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fidget with the AP score calculator until I cry, until I figure out how low of a score I can get to at least get a 3, and then write essays of that quality, or better, and attempting to get that grade. So, I've taken about, let's just say, 5-6 practice tests, without studying. And the highest grade that I got was 32. And I looked up 6 of the answers, so I subtracted 6 points. And, you know what? I still got a 3. So, just as a hypothetical, without studying, if I can get a 30, 30, that's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. I think I can get at least a couple more points. I think I can work it out. I think I can fake it till I make it. So, what if I got an AI songwriter to take every single last bit of A-Push knowledge and put it into a song? Wait. Hold on. Light bulb. Okay, we're going to the drive. And if this song is good, it's gonna go on A-Push. Oh my god, there are gonna be so many docs. Type PDF. Oh my god, is that the entire thing? Yup, beautiful. Let me see. Do I have a copy of this on here? If I go to my drive and then I click. Wait, hold on. Copy, right, free, America. Oh. Okay, I'm watching the A. Wait a second.
Against British troops. 5 innocent people were killed by British troops, and this became known as the Boston.
Okay, this is just a video. Like, this is like fake. What the fuck? Yup. Beautiful. I'm like praying on my downfall with this. This is actually so bad. Okay. I do. Right. Did I make a copy of this? Because I'm smart? Fuck. But he sent it to me. I don't have access to this. What? I'm definitely gonna get copyrighted. I'm not even having any views. This is so bad. Damn. No. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna click make a copy.
Yes.
Huh?
Huh?
I didn't call for you.
Oh, okay. I thought you said no.
No. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know who wrote this song. I should know that. Okay. Magic. Okay. Now I go to Notebook LM. Notebook LM is literally gonna save me.
Mason ended up making the salmon if you want some.
Okay.
He didn't want the chicken. He ixnayed it. You want
Huh?
the chicken? He
Yeah.
didn't want the chicken.
I'll go eat some of it. Wait a second. Wait. I can also do it by link, right? Upload a source. Please tell me that worked. Bro! It didn't work. Hold on. 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 Oh my god, this is probably the most boring stream that you're just watching me figure this out as I'm trying this little bridge. Wait, let's see what this does. Wait. Can I crop this? Help. This is so bad. Help. This is so bad. It's a push study time. Oh, right, that's how I did it. This is so bad. Oh my god, and there it is, the big long document. Okay, let's see.
Whoa! They rolled around and looped their neck. They roll out. They roll real slow. How's the door unlocked? Why is it sticking? Yeah,
my god. I'm like trying to think of what else I can do. Ah!
Okay, now less than 10. Okay, now less than 10 with the AP and Jamie grilling down your neck and you know there's some nasty, spicy taco breath. That makes your heart beat faster than fear and not anyone break. Everything that we need to know about the weekend, you guys need to know about the Euro exam, right? And then at the end, I'm going to give you some tips for how to prepare. Hey there, welcome back to English History and Further Levels. Oh, hey there, welcome back.
Okay. Oh, chat, this is so bad. How cooked am I on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm not even studying. I'm actively trying to create study work, even though people have created so much study work.
French foot style. So in this video, we're going to be talking about World War I proper with all the fighting, diplomatic efforts.
Oh my god. How have we been doing? Nobody's in here. The retention is so bad. Oh my god, this is so bad. Hug. Okay, rotate. Rotate. Change place of operation. Actually, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna go on to the cabana. Where's my music coming from? That was just 18 minutes of the thing singing. Okay. For context. Oh, wait. Hold on. I have to turn this thing off. I just spent 18 minutes collecting every single piece of assignments and everything that I've done, and it's going to generate me a conversation to study for this stupid ass test. Anyway, so I'm going to go quickly run because I got a new gadget from the competitor because I low-key needed it. So the goal is to go to bed at like 8 and then oh my god, I'm so scared. Like, I know I'm digging myself into a trench. I should not be streaming. And instead of streaming, I should be low-key doing. Instead of streaming, I should be studying. Point blank. But no. What have I decided to do instead? I'm going to do this because this is more fun and way more entertaining. But, yeah. Yippee. Actually, it's really nice outside. What if I'm going to study outside tomorrow. I just need to, like, walk in. This is so bad. I have 2 days. Hey.
You could leave it correct. It's kind of stuffy in here.
I know. That's why I'm like, this is, like, weird. Okay. Now let's set this up. Okay. Now watch. I plug you in. And stick you. Wait, off. Hold on. Wait. Just like that, you're all propped up. Yippee! This is a really bad angle. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay. I think that could be worse. It ain't perfect, but it's gonna work. Because the goal is just to study. And I don't gotta really, like, worry. Just don't worry about it, about a thing. Oh my god. Heimler is literally gonna save me. Question. Can I go back to past live streams?
Oh, do it, Billy. Face is loaded.
Mog. Beautiful. Thank you, chat, for keeping me company as I'm, like, gonna attempt to, like, do all this and, like, no telling. Wait, I have to add more sources. Yippee, 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 beep, 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 boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Cause, yeah, I'm so screwed. All you gotta do is stay. Whoa. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Heimler, and I'm about to tell you everything you need to know to help you go from panicked to prepared for your AP History exams this year. And everything I'm about to say applies to AP students, AP World students, and AP Euro students because the format of the exam is the exact same for all. And to be honest, that just might blow your mind here because at the end, I'm going to tell you what topics you need to study.
Yes, I'm so done. I'm gonna crash out. Because essentially, what I'm doing is because I am really screwed for this exam.
So tip number one, make sure you know that
Heimler and studying. This is so bad.
show up to your testing location at least 30 minutes before the exam, and I think that's pretty good advice. Look, you're already going to be stressed, or as we like to say here in the South, you're downright likely to have it. So getting there late is just going to further hit your giddy up, and nobody wants that. Tip number two, get familiar with the format of the exam, and seriously, do not sleep on it. For some of you, this might be the first time you're taking a full exam, so it's good to at least know what you're in for. And by the way, consider this video kind of choose your own adventure kind of thing. I've made individual videos for all parts of the exam, so wherever you need that help, just check out the videos in this playlist. Oh, hey there, I'm Steve Heimler, and I'm about to tell
I love you, Heimler, but like this is like not helping me right now. Like I just need Heimler's brain because I don't understand how I'm supposed to do this. How to study for all AP exams. That's literally 4 years ago. How is this? So we go.
Yeah, one, you can always tell it's a situation. Two, when you look at the stadium, you want to show who's wearing what. They're all cup sets. And then when they show the field, the Wrigley Field has a big green wall.
Let's go!
See the big green wall in the back?
Yeah.
So you can tell that that's not really green.
Okay. Oh, hi there. Currently I am studying for my APUSH exam by going on Notebook LM and importing all of my notes. This is me being quiet as my parents are screaming across the room because right now the goal is to just get things done. This is, this is just how I work,
Well, it smells like nonstop. You go back and forth and back. It's like watching tennis. I can't even watch that. It's so boring.
Are there any? Nope. Okay.
We got those hand rolls today.
Oh, wheel.
You should.
Wow, this guy really is into AP Euro. I really do commend this man. I think I got everything I'm gonna need. Okay. And then once this is done, I'm gonna play the overview of like this thing. Okay, let's see the mind map. Oh my God. Hello. Okay. How do I show this to you guys? Okay. I'm gonna attempt to look at this backwards. Okay. Let's do this. Or can I? Oh, there you go. Bye-bye, camera. Yep. You're just falling in the crack. How does it feel to be alone? Feels great, huh? Yeah. Beautiful. Wow. Let's click on these things. Whoa. What? Okay, so we start. I'm gonna give you a lesson because if I teach it to you, then it'll stick in my brain. At least that's what I've been told. Yeah. Okay, so I know that my course starts in 1492 or 91, depending on how you look at it, because you can technically start it off with the Native Americans, and you can say that, they were 100% here first, which is true. And then you have the Columbus followers, and they're like, oh, but we came in and then we swooped it up, and we made this nation the way that it is. No. We don't do that. All we have to say is that it all starts because essentially, settlers came in from Spain. The Spain people were like, you know what? We like it here. We're just gonna keep settling here. And then the Native Americans were like, but what are you doing here? Like, this is problematic. Like, get out. Like, we're gonna fight you over this. And I actually don't know the name of the rebellion that happened over that, but there was a fight. That resulted in the settlers winning, and that's how we have Thanksgiving. Yippee! That's problem numero uno. Then we get into England decides that they're gonna step in. This is like, now 89, and essentially the settlers Britain was like, wait a second, this place, they found this place called India. It wasn't India, and they're making money. We like money. Let's go send people there. And so they sent people on a boat, and then they kicked people out of Spain and bring them back, and we're like, no, this isn't your land. And Spain and the Spanish were like, but we've been here for a while now, like, and we've been trading and we've been happy and we've been doing our thing. The British were like, no. They fought them over the land, they won, and then they pretty much kicked the Spanish to Florida and like that general area. Now, pretty much how they explain it in the textbook is that England at this point made a bunch of different colonies, all of which had slavery, but there were like 3 or 4 different ones. There was the main 13 colonies, you know them, the one that I'm taking this class for. Then there was the Philippines, and then there was another one that had all the sugarcane and stuff, and that's where they were sending people on the Atlantic slave trade. That one's important, but I can never remember the name of it. We're spitballing here. Anyways, then we have the then we're gonna have established trade. Wait. Oh yeah, then there's something happens. Oh yeah, wait. Then we get into Jamestown and the Mayflower, because those people start coming in because England's like, yeah, no, we won this land. This land is ours. All of this is good. We're all working things out. Everything is making sense, right? You know, like they've done the work. And, you know, the colonists, they're kind of loving this because they're like, wait a second, Britain's not here. They're not watching us. They have this thing called, sorry, water break. I have this thing called salutary neglect. I think that's how you say it. I don't even know. Anyways, essentially what it was is they were just like, you know what? It's okay that Britain is kind of leaving us alone. Like, it's not super nice not feeling represented by a group of people, but it's like, at least, like, we're alone. Like, you know, like, we're kind of doing our own thing, and, like, you know, like, we like it here. And so they start building their Protestant religion. They're living their own lives, right? And then we get to the French and Indian War. And Britain was like, France now really wants this land. We need to protect this land. And suddenly the British colonists come in, the more people from Britain come in to go fight France and the Native Americans. And worst comes to worst, you know, actually there is no worst comes to worst. Then England ends up winning. Problem with this is that the colonists were like, okay, so now you can go. Bye, 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 bye. We're all good. Like, we've been doing this for so long. Like, thank you so much for your help. Issue being is that Britain sees the colonists now as children, because the issue is that the colonists don't have a system. They don't have like a central government. They don't have any like stations or like plans or like pretty much order. They've just been living there. They've been having the best time. They've been having their religious views. They've been building homes, and they've been like, it's in the name of the king. Nobody's gonna bother us, right? Yeah, no, not anymore. They're like, we're gonna start this over. We're gonna take a pause. We're gonna take a second. That's a lie. They didn't take a second. They just said, no, we're going to help you guys. We're just going to walk you through it. And so they made a really strict court system. And then there were a lot of laws that were getting broken. And then came the taxes. And the most famous phrase came out of it, no taxation without representation. Now, the problem with the taxing was that England, to beat the French and the Indians, had to spend so much money because it was so far away. And it was way too far, actually, for it to be their issue in the first place. Really, the colonists should have dealt with it themselves. Anyways, because of that, they were like, we're dead. We're broke. Let's get the colonists, who couldn't deal with their problems in the first place, to pay for it. You know, they say they can do things on their own. Let's tax them and see if they can do it on their own. They didn't like that. They hadn't gotten taxes in years, honey. They hadn't done anything in a long time. And you know, this sparked the idea of a revolution. You know, this sparked the idea that maybe, just maybe, they could, like, figure something out. I think I've, like, skipped a lot of things. Oh, yeah. Also, in this mix of the craziness of the 7 Years' War, a little bit before that, we got the Salem witch trials. Not super important, but kind of important, because the colonists at the time, as I said, you know, they didn't really have laws or, like, shit there, but they did think that women were insane if they had, like, thoughts, or if they, like, showed interest in anything. So, essentially what they did is that they would burn people at the stake. That was their solution, because they just thought people were witches if they did anything that was, like, somewhat normal. Sorry, that was fun fact, going back in time. Okay, 7 Years' War. Then we have the Proclamation of 1763. I think that's the year. I could be wrong. But it essentially stopped the colonists, because they were like, okay, let's take a breather here. After the 7 Years' War, let's make an agreement. And essentially it said the colonists can't go past their 13 colonies. And otherwise, so that means the Native Americans were happy, and France was like, great, we got Canada. Yeah, they were saying great to Canada. One of the taxes that they put on was the Stamp Act, which pretty much said that if they were gonna mail anything anywhere, it was like a tax on pretty much all goods. You know, here's a little stamp that you have to put on everything, and if you don't have the stamp from the king, then you can't sell it. Yeah, they were not happy. And so, these acts, there are other acts that happened, but they ended up calling them the Intolerable Acts, because literally they were so horrendous that they were like, the colonists were like, this is not why I came here. I came here to do my thing. I came here to work, and I came here to get away from the taxes and to do my own thing, right? So then, we get the last straw. That was pretty much their last saving grace. You get the Boston Massacre, which was in 1770, right? And essentially, what happened was that there were some teenagers. They were messing around, and they threw a snowball at a British soldier, because, you know, the British had invaded at this point, and they were causing issues. Because 1776, New York City. Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, sir? That depends. Who's asking? Oh, sure, sir. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. I have been looking for you. I'm getting nervous. Sir, I heard your name in prison. I was seeking Alex in a reading course of study. When I got sort of out of sorts with a buddy of yours, I may have punched him. It's a blur. Sir, he handles the financials. You punched the bursar? Yes, I wanted to do what you to graduate into and join a revolution. He looked at me like I was stupid. I'm not stupid. How did you do it? How did you graduate so fast? Because the parents' anguish before they last. Are you an orphan? Of course, I'm an orphan. God, I wish there was a word that you could prove that you were worth more than anyone bargained for. Can I buy you a drink? That would be nice. Oh, I'll try. Can I offer you some free advice? Talk less. What? Smile more. Ah, don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. You can't be serious. You wanna get ahead? Yes. Fools that run their mouths off wind up dead. Yeah, what time is this? Showtime! Like I said, showtime. Yo, I'm John Adams in the place to be. I 2 pints of Sam Adams and I'm working on 3. Oh, you 2 pigs don't want it with me, cause I could pout, could say, and I'm pretty weed, none of me gonna sell Lafayette. A revolution in a revolutionary set. I came from afar just to say bonsoir to the king, cause it's war, cause the best, then more. Blah, 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 blah. I am Hercules Moloch, get up and in loving it. I'm taking this and it come again in the you know what, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Boston Tea Party, they throw the tea over. Oh yeah, sorry, I was talking about the Boston Massacre. The soldiers got mad and killed the man. And then the people protest because they're like, those were kids, children. And then there's a really famous painting that came out of that. Yeah, and there are also other bystanders that got killed. So, you know, that's how that works. And so to retaliate, the colonists were like, okay, this is gone too far. We need to start protesting the taxes and the king. So they do the Boston Massacre, the Boston Tea Party, where essentially they dressed up as Native Americans, which was wrong. And we recognize that. And they snuck onto the ships because Native Americans were seen as slaves, which is wrong, and we recognize that. Anyways, then they get on the ships and they take up where all the tea is. And tea, what's real, and you know, we joke about how tea's like funny to the king and the British people drinking. No. Tea was expensive. Tea was imported from the real India, not the India that they thought the US was, but like actual India. Right? Yeah. Anyways, they come in and they take all the tea. And they probably dump about $1 million worth of tea into the Boston Harbor. And the king ain't happy. The king was like, that was good money. That was gonna make me bank. You robbed me of my money and you told me it was okay. You lied to my face, essentially. And so, you know, the US being the US, actually, they weren't the US yet. The colonists being the colonists were like, but no, it's time that we revolt. And so the people meet, and they write a letter, known as the Olive Branch Treaty, and they say, we want to separate from you because you're problematic, and you're not helping us. And we need separation from you because we want to be our own people. And the king, again, was not very happy with this. And so, pretty much the beginning of the American Revolution, and they met at Lexington and Concord. That's where they met. The Intolerable Acts were as a result for the Boston Tea Party. Fuck. There's too many facts. Anyways, then they write the Declaration of Independence, which was mostly written by Thomas Jefferson. This is a very important name to remember because Jefferson will come up again in the next period, where essentially Jefferson is a problematic man. He has a lot of slaves, including the one that he married and then had multiple kids with, which we don't have to talk about. And he also was a very needy, Democratic Republican, and pretty much did not make any politician's life easy. Like, he pretty much was like, hold on. He pretty much was like, I don't agree with anything that's going on here. I just want a laissez-faire, because he spent a lot of money in France, I guess. And which laissez-faire means, leave me the fuck alone. Not even kidding. He was like, I want my government to be laissez-faire. I don't want anybody near me. I just want to do me. I just want agriculture and to feel loved and enjoy the love. Not how Gov works. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. He helped write the Declaration of Independence, which a lot of people signed. And then there was this guy, John, who signed his name the biggest for some reason, and that's supposed to be historical and hold some meaning. Honestly, it just shows me that he was an egotistical man who had no right being there in the first place. Okay. Then we have the Battle of Sagatoa. Not Sagatoa. No, Sagatoa? Sargatoa? I don't know. It was like one of the first major battles. And from there, the Articles of Confederation were written, which was like the baby constitution. it was like, let's just briefly go over everything that's happening right now. Because we should just, like, you know, practice and, like, get an idea of, like, really what we're in for. You know what I mean? And it was a really weak constitution that Hamilton and Madison and John Jett, they had to fix, because they were like, this makes no sense, that people are getting hurt, nobody understands what's going on, so we had to write the Constitution. That was later. This is in 1777. In the midst of this, the American Revolution happens. That's a big one, because Washington is the only reason why we won this war. Washington started off as a soldier who literally, he couldn't read. He was dyslexic. How do we know he was dyslexic? All of his letters that have been written that are out then published were in Hamilton's handwriting. Signed by Hamilton. I mean, maybe he just didn't know how to read or how to write, but boy, his parents sent him to school. His parents were rich. That's how he got into the military in the first place. Boy knew how to read. He just wasn't good at it. And you know what? Maybe he was dyslexic, and maybe I empathize with Washington a little bit too much. Anyways, he started off as this soldier, and he wanted to copy this tactic called the guerrilla, fighting tactic, because I guess he had heard about it somehow. There wasn't social media at the time. I actually don't even know how he figured it out. Anyways, he ended up killing almost all of his troops, and it traumatized him, and so he said that from then on that he was going to make a plan. That didn't happen for a hot minute until he figured it out. Anyways, what was I on about? Okay, yeah, anyways, Washington, they did a lot of battles. A lot of, we fight you, you fight us, we do it, we get it all done. It's how it works. Partying with the girl, whoa. Ay, cause you know it's how it works, that is how it works, party with the girl, whoa. Yay. Okay, what's next? Okay. Sorry, I got sidetracked. We got into the Articles of Confederation. Anyways, okay. Then, pretty much what America did, which this was probably their smartest move, is that they sent Thomas Jefferson, that's the man who did the Declaration of Independence, we're looping it back, we're making this make sense. And essentially, what he did is that they sent him there and they said, we need you to get France on our side, because Washington's thought process was that if France could give funds to America, because they were broke, they had nothing, they had no guns. England had guns, they had manufacturing, they had everything on their hands, and the US was like, we don't have any of that. Also, I don't know when they decided to call themselves America. That's a really good question. Actually, I'm gonna Google it. Why is America called America? Okay, America's called America in honor of Amerigo Vespucci, which was a Florence explorer in 1507. He, just some explorer. Why is the United States? Oh, because it's a symbol of freedom. Oh, and because of the snake thing. It's because of join or die. It's because of this thing. Oh, that makes a fuck ton of sense. That makes a fuck ton of sense. Okay. You know what? Nobody's joined, but I think that's all the studying my brain can handle for today. I'm gonna go. Bye.